Hello and welcome to step 3, which is honoring your space. For the past week, you have been focused on reframing those limiting beliefs into new truths of possibility and also releasing that which no longer serves you. This brings you into this week's step, once again, which is honoring your space. Many times we think of sacred space as a physical holy place, and while this is true, I would like for you to expand that definition into realizing that all of your space is sacred. This is your physical space as well as your emotional space. You get to decide what comes into your space. Now, I want to take a moment to also acknowledge that you may be in a situation that it is what it is, and you are where you are, and that is okay. Remember, our sacred space also includes our emotional space, and that is really the empowering thought that we get to decide what energy we put out and how much we put out towards a situation or a person. So take a moment or two and take note of what is in your physical space, what is in your emotional space. Ask yourself, what supports me and what doesn't? In honoring your space, you get to decide what you're saying yes to and what you're saying no to. Are you saying yes to your intentions? Are you saying yes to what supports your intentions? Are you saying no to what doesn't? These answers will create great insight into what changes you need to make. It really is okay for you to say yes to you and your intentions. In learning how to use yes and no, you will also learn about setting healthy boundaries. Now, for a moment, imagine yourself standing inside of a circle. You get to decide what comes in, and you decide what energy you put forth. On a personal note, I spent a lot of time and energy on people and situations that really weren't supportive of my intentions. And what it boiled down to was me wanting their approval. Now, what this did was it set up a lot of hurt and disappointment for me. So I had to learn to set very healthy boundaries. I set healthy boundaries saying yes to what supports me and no to what doesn't. And I release that which doesn't. It's a process that I still work on, and what I really try to focus on is the new direction of possibility that I'm creating for myself and not holding on to that limiting belief that maybe others had for me. So ask yourself, what supports me and what doesn't? How am I using yes and no? Begin to honor yourself and your intentions in the life that you're creating. When you can do that for yourself, then this is the beautiful way of how the law of attraction and the law of action works together. When you do it for yourself, you will attract those people and situations that support you. Remember, the measure by which you give is the measure by which you receive. And I always like to kind of change that and say the measure by which you live is the measure by which you receive. So honor yourself, and you will find that you will be living your intentions.